Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. This is Marilyn Gale. Yes, you can see by the headline that Toni Morrison, the black novelist, died Monday at the age of 88. The cause of death was complications of pneumonia. Ms. Morrison lived in Grandview on Hudson, New York. Ms. Morrison was the daughter of George Wolford and Ella Willis Wolford. She was born Chloe Ardella Wolford on February 18, 1931 in Lorain, Ohio, which is about 30 miles west of Cleveland. Her father was a shipyard welder. Now, young Chloe grew up in a household of superstition. She listened to ghost stories and dream interpretations. Toni received a bachelor's degree from Howard, majoring in English. She earned a master in English from Cornell in 1955. In 1958, she married Harold Morrison, an architect from Jamaica, and divorced him in 1964. Through the years, she rarely spoke of her marriage. After her divorce, she moved to Syracuse with her two sons. In the late 1960s, she moved to New York City and took an editorial position with Random House Trade Book Division. Her authors included Angela Davis, Muhammad Ali, Gail Jones, and Tony Bambera, I think it is. Toni Morrison was the first African-American woman to win the Nobel-prize in literature. She was the author of 11 novels as well as children's books and essay collections. Among the books, her works were like The Song of Solomon, which received the National Book Critics Circle Award in 1977, and Beloved, which won the Pulitzer Prize in 1988. You guys remember that movie, Beloved, with Oprah Winfrey and Thandie Newton, I think her name is. And I had to watch that, guys. I'm going to admit to you, I had to watch that a couple of times. When it comes on TV, I had to watch it again because it's symbolism in that movie. And Toni growing up in a household with superstitions and dream interpretations, you just really have to. I didn't get it the first time, Of course, I got the obvious, but at first I did not get it. And there's still, if I were to watch it again, there would probably be something else like, okay, I missed that one. What's that all about? So to me, the movie, I didn't read the book, but the movie just had a lot of symbolism that I just wasn't able to interpret at that time. Now, her novels appeared regularly in the New York Times bestsellers list and was featured many times on Oprah Winfrey's television book club and the subject of critical studies. In Sula, just to tell you just a little bit about it, in Sula, a woman lets a train run over her leg for the insurance money it will give her family. In Song of Solomon, a baby girl is named Palladi by her father, who had thumbed through the Bible, and since he couldn't read, he chose a group of letters that seemed to him to be strong and handsome. In Beloved, the specter of a murdered child take up residence in the house of her murderer. Now, Toni had an imagination, but you know what? Like I said, growing in that household with the influences, that's how her mind went. She, they always say, write about something that you know. So in her novels, it speaks about supernatural things, interpretation, dream interpretations, just things like that. In her fiction, the past is often manifest in a harrowing present, a world of alcoholism, rape, incest, and murder in vivid detail. In Beloved, excuse me. In Beloved, a novel set in the 19th century, but stands as a metaphor for the 20th century in which everybody white could take your whole self from anything that came to mind, not just work, kill or maim you, but to dirty you. Dirty you so bad you couldn't like yourself anymore. Dirty you so bad you forgot who you were and couldn't think it up. In The Bluest Eye, Pecola Breedlove, who was 11 years old, grew up with images of Shirley Temple and Dick and Jane. She believed she was ugly and prayed for the one thing she was sure would save her, and that was blue eyes. In a drunk, savagely misguided attempt to show Pecola she is desirable, her father rapes her, leaving her pregnant. Now she's an outcast, both in the community and within her own family. Pecola descends into madness, believing herself possessed of blue eyes at last. And this is the writing of Toni Morrison. Now, I can go on and on about Toni Morrison's books and essays, children's books, accomplishments. However, Beloved was considered her masterpiece. So, like I said, I've never read that book, Beloved, but I did see the movie. So, you read one of her books, I promise you'll be totally engulfed in the world of Toni Morrison. One more thing. In 2012, Miss Morrison received the Presidential Medal of Freedom from President Barack Obama. So to her children, her family, her friends, and anyone that was close to her, I send my condolences. May her sons find the memories and the peace, knowing that their mother was an author that was known worldwide. Also, while I'm on the subject, I give my condolences to the victims and their family and friends of Texas and Ohio. When that first broke out, I was in kind of mind space where I just couldn't handle talking about it. My heart was tender for personal reasons. My heart was tender, and it just couldn't break anymore. So I chose not to mention it. But right now, I'm in another mindset. So I just want to pay homage to all the victims and their family, and my prayers are with the family and friends of both the family of Toni Morrison and also the victims of the massacre. And I don't mean to combine them both because they're two different sets of circumstances, but I just want to pay condolences to all the hurting families out there. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a good evening. Thank you and good night.